Hello students, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss a synapses from sexual reproduction in angiosperms or flowering plants. Flower. Morphologically, flower is a modified shoot meant for sexual reproduction. Flower has four whorls. They are calyx, corolla. These two are called non-essential floral organs because they can't produce gametes. Andrecium, also called stamen, gynoecium, also called pistil. These two organs are called essential floral organs because they can produce gametes. Complete flower. Flower with all the floral parts are called complete flower. Incomplete flower. Flower in which any one of the floral part is absent is called incomplete flower. Structure of a stamen. Each stamen has a bilobed structure called anther. Anther is attached to a filament. The two lobes of anther are joined by a connective which consists vascular bundle to provide water and nutrients. Each lobe of anther consists of two pollen sacs called microsporangia. Each microsporangium gives rise to thousands of pollen grains or microspores. Each pollen grain on germination give rise to two male gametes. Based on cohesion of stamens, there are different types of cohesion of stamens. So cohesion is nothing but the union of stamens takes place among themselves. Union of stamens, that means the part of anther and filaments unite themselves, then it is called as cohesion. And there are different types of cohesions of stamen. They are monoadelphous. Filaments of all the stamens form one bundle, fuse to form one bundle. Example: hibiscus, cotton, lady's finger. Diadelphous. Filaments of all stamens are fused to form two bundles. Example: pea, bean. Polyadelphous. Filaments of all the stamens are fused to form more than two bundles. Example: citrus. Syngenesious. Anthers are fused and filaments are free. Such condition is called as syngenesious. Example: sunflower, tridax. Once recollect: monoadelphous, diadelphous, polyadelphous. In these three, filaments are fused and anthers are free. In syngenesious, anthers are fused, filaments are free. And last type, synandrous. In this condition, both anthers and filaments are united. This condition we can observe in Cucurbita family. Based on adhesion of stamens, there are different types of adhesion of stamens. Now, what are the adhesion of stamens? Union of stamens with other floral parts like sepals, petals, and gynoecium is called adhesion. There are different types of adhesion of stamens. They are epipetalous. Filaments fuse with petals. Such condition is called epipetalous. Gynandrous. Anthers united with a stigma forming gynostegium. Such condition is called as gynandrous. Epiphyllous. Filaments are fused with tepals or perianth. Such condition is called epiphyllous. Structure of anther. Anther is dithecous. The theca consists microsporangium. Based on the number of microsporangia, anthers are different types. They are tetrasporangiate. 4 microsporangia are present in an anther. Bisporangiate. 2 microsporangia are present in an anther. Monosporangiate. Only 1 microsporangium is present in an anther. Structure of microsporangium. Young microsporangia are covered on the outside by a well-defined common epidermis of the anther. On maturation, the microsporangium develops archisporial cells. The archisporial cells undergo periclinal division. This is a type of transverse division. Archisporial cells, when they undergo periclinal division, it forms outside primary parietal cells, which are further divided to form 3 to 5 layers of microsporangial walls. They are endothecium, 2 to 3 layers of middle layers, and tapetum. And archisporial cells, which are formed towards inside, divides to form towards inside, are primary sporogenous cells, which are further divided to form pollen mother cells or microspore mother cells. Epidermis. It forms the lining of an anther that acts as a protective sheet by providing structural integrity and strength. It protects against dehydration and extreme conditions. Endothecium. Endothelial cells develop fibrous thickenings of alpha cellulose with a little pectin and lignin on the inner and radial walls and become dead. Because of the presence of fibrous thickenings, the endothecium is also called fibrous layer, and this endothecium is helpful for dehiscence of anther after maturation. Middle layers. It serves to store starch. The starch mobilizes to the pollen grain during the maturation. Tapetum. Tapetum encloses sporogenous cells. Tapetal cells are multinucleated and polyploid by endomitosis and endopolyploidy. Functions of tapetum. Tapetum is a nutrient-rich layer that provides nourishment to the pollen grains during its development. It consists of auxin hormone and Callase enzyme. It promotes the growth of pollen grain. It produces pollen kit of entomophilous pollen grains which are pollinated through insects. Tapetum gives ornamentation to axine, so particular design to the outer layer of the pollen grain, that is axine. Microsporogenesis. It is defined as the process of the formation and differentiation of microspores from microspore mother cells by reductional division is called microsporogenesis. So archisporial cells which are undergo periclinal division, and outside it forms primary parietal cells, and which are further divided to form 3 to 5 layers of microsporangial wall such as endothecium, middle layers and tapetum. And archisporial cells through periclinal division towards inside it forms primary sporogenous cells which further forms pollen mother cells or microspore mother cells. These primary sporogenous cells forms pollen mother cell, and each microspore mother cell divide meiotically to form 4 haploid microspores and remains arranged in tetrads. Let's see the flow chart. So microspore mother cell, it is in diploid condition, 2n condition. It undergo meiosis division to form 4 pollen grains which are in haploid condition, 1n. And these 4 pollen grains are remain arranged in a tetrad. So what is the meaning of tetrad? Tetrad, a group of 4 cells formed by meiosis from one diploid cell. So here diploid cell is a microspore mother cell. It undergo meiosis to form 4 pollen grains, a group of cells still united to form a tetrad. Structure of pollen grain. The covering of pollen grain is called sporoderm. Sporoderm has 2 layers. One, outer axine, and 2, inner intine axine. It is made up of sporopollenin. Sporopollenin is one of the most resistant biological material. Sporopollen helps the pollen grain to survive in unfavorable conditions like high temperature, strong acids, and alkalines. And this sporopollen is also helpful to find a different species. And also, the sporopollen, there is no biological enzyme to digest this sporopollen. In time, it is continuous layer made up of cellulose and pectin. It gives rise to pollen tube at the time of pollen germination. When the pollen grain is mature, it contains two cells. They are vegetative cell or tube cell, generative cell. Over 60% of angiosperms, the pollen grains are shed at two cell stage, that is vegetative cell and generative cell. In over 40% of angiosperms, the pollen grains are shed at three cell stage, that is vegetative cell and two male nuclei. The two male nuclei are formed by the mitotic division of generative nuclei. It is possible to store pollen grains of a large number of species for years by storing them in liquid nitrogen at minus 196 degrees centigrade. This method is called cryopreservation, and these stored pollen grains are used in crop breeding programs. Pollen viability. The period for which pollen grains retain the ability to germinate is called pollen viability. Pollen viability is highly variable in different plant species. For example, pollen viability in 30 minutes in rice and wheat. Pollen viability is months. We can see in Leguminosae, Solanaceae and Rosaceae families. Factors affecting pollen viability: relative humidity, temperature, UVB radiation, transport, that is nothing but pollen grain can transport by either water, either air, either insects or other animals. Pollen allergies. Thank you. We will meet again the next class with some more synapses from sexual reproduction in flowering plants or angiosperms.